the Chamber of Commerce, I'd like to welcome you to our annual Distinguished Citizens Banquet. Tonight, we've come together to honor two fantastic citizens from the city of Cupertino, Sally Brennan and Dennis Whittaker.
And now for the main event. I would like to begin by introducing all the nominees for the Citizen of the Year Award this year. Would Sally Brennan please stand? Yvette Del Prado. Richard Arbuckle. Dennis Whittaker. And George Popovich. If there is anyone else, the mail didn't arrive. You may please be seated. I can't tell if you've been seated yet. There's too many lights up here. We'll begin by having Sally Brennan please come forward, and we'll introduce a little bit of your background and then go on to the ceremony. We want you right up front so that we can see as you turn the shades of pink and red. Sally was born in Dixon, Illinois. We're supposed to forget the year. 100 miles from Chicago. She moved to California when she was 17 years old and moved into the Willow Glen area. She received her RN from Valley Medical Center while living in Los Gatos. She was married in 1960 to Terry and has 4 children, Michael, January, Terrence, and James. She also has 3 grandchildren.
Very important.
She's a grandmother. Tanisha, Zachary, and James. Tanessa. I didn't write it down right, I guess. And James C. We're supposed to call him JC. She moved to Cupertino in 1968. Sally's civic involvement has included the following. In the past, she was a member of the Pathway Drug Abuse Council, Santa Clara County Advisory Board for Affirmative Action in Education, co-chair Cupertino Task Force for Better Schools, member Cupertino Union School District Discipline Task Force, member Cupertino Union School District Master Plan Advisory Committee of PTA Presidents. She also served as Placement Director, Director of Court Referral Program, and Executive Director for the Volunteer Bureau of Northern Santa Clara County, where at that time, she developed and implemented the Student Summer Volunteer Program, developed the intern program with Stanford and De Anza College, and helped the agency to interface with United Way. Should have had 1 or 2 more drinks. She was also the volunteer coordinator and advisor with Self-Determination. She served as a member of the Editorial Advisory Board and core group leader. She was the Volunteer of the Year for the nationwide VD hotline. My wife says my joke was in bad taste, so I'll skip it. Sally is currently involved with the following. She is the Board of Directors member of the Mid-Peninsula Support Network for Battered Women, serving as the treasurer of this group. She is the Welfare Secretary for the Salvation Army's Cupertino Extension Unit. She was appointed by Mayor Barbara Rogers to Vice Chair and is now Chair of the City Rental Housing Committee. She was appointed by Councilman Plungy to the Ad Hoc Committee to formalize a proposal for rental housing mediation program, which is now in effect. She is a member of the Board of Directors of Quota Club International. She is also currently Director of Cupertino Community Services. While Director, Sally has coordinated the Cupertino Community Services, Salvation Army, and United Way to establish an emergency network fund for the city of Cupertino. She has increased volunteer participation by 3-fold in that agency since she started. She has outreach to the religious organizations in Cupertino to gain a broad-based support for the Cupertino Community Services. She has co-coordinated the Holiday Food Basket Program with the Cupertino Council of PTAs. Who is Sally Brennan? Doing real good. She has said of herself, "The best time of my life is now. Yesterday is gone. I live for today, then tomorrow takes care of itself." People in Cupertino don't mind sharing their abundance. Their help gives people an opportunity to join the process, and then everyone wins. If what I do enables people to stand on their own, I feel satisfied. I respect people's dignity, no matter where they are with their lives. Sally's life is living Cupertino, and thank God Sally is there when the call to help is made. Thank you, Sally, from the City of Cupertino and the Cupertino Chamber of Commerce. Could we now have the Mayor of Cupertino, Ms. Barbara Rogers, please come forward to present the City Award.
Sally, it's a personal privilege, both on behalf of the city and for myself, to recognize a friend of long standing, a person who's really made a difference in the community and affected so many lives. And we have here a proclamation from the city, which I'd like to read. Whereas Sally B. Brennan has devoted her considerable talents and energy to continuously identifying and meeting human service needs during the past 13 years. And whereas her efforts as a volunteer have greatly extended the effectiveness of local legislators and city officials in meeting the needs of the citizens of Cupertino, as well as throughout Santa Clara County. And whereas Cupertino's laudatory public education has benefited from her participation on school boards, and whereas Sally's leadership skills were recognized and employed by the Volunteer Bureau of Northern Santa Clara County in the capacity of executive director, and whereas in 1983, her own community succeeded in channeling her professional career to Cupertino Community Services, serving as a superlative executive director. And whereas Sally also extends her remarkable energy and enthusiasm to the Chamber of Commerce and the service outreach of Cupertino Women in Business and the Quota Club, eliciting uncommon responsiveness for community partnerships to provide ever-evolving human services. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Barbara A. Rogers, and the Cupertino City Council join with the Cupertino Chamber of Commerce in honoring Sally B. Brennan as 1985 Distinguished Citizen of the Year. I've always felt that these awards, sort of like the PTA Honorary Service Awards, always come about 10 years after you've really started to deserve them. But certainly, Sally, you deserve it, and we're very grateful to you and all that you've done. Thank you.
Could we have Terry please come forward now? I will let you do the honors of pinning on the corsage. There's a first aid kit in the back room, that's okay.
I don't know. I don't care.
Could we get a Band-Aid, please? And a boutonniere? Terry.
Wait a minute, we got two.
Sally, you can get even.
Oh, good. Oh, this. Which side?
The one that hurts the most, Mom.
you. Oh, now I gotta say thank you.
Your turn.
Okay. I don't have a prepared speech, so it'll be short. What I want to say to everybody here is I wouldn't be here unless you were here. You've all been there whenever Cupertino or anybody has needed you, and you've been there for anything that's needed done. And without you, it wouldn't get done. So I want to share this award, and any time that you want to feel good, come over to my house. I'll give it to you for a weekend. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Dennis? He's already pink. We're moving. Dennis was born in San Mateo. He graduated from high school at San Mateo High and graduated from the College of Idaho, majoring in sociology and minoring in business. Sociology is a very good major to sell insurance. Dennis was a Vietnam veteran. He was an instructor with the Ranger Unit and served as an infantry lieutenant with the Americal Division. He was decorated with 2 Bronze Stars and 2 Purple Hearts. After the military service, Dennis started with B of A from 1972 to 74, and then joined the State Farm Insurance Group on April Fool's Day of 1974. He then moved to Cupertino in 1974. He has been married to Penny, his wife, for 14 years. They have 2 children, Shelley, age 9, and Kimberly, age 5. Dennis's Cupertino involvement includes the following. He joined the Cupertino JCs in 1974 and was a member until 1983 when he aged out. He is now an exhausted rooster of that group. He was a director on the board from 1974 to 1980. He served as vice president, and he also served as president for 76 and 77, and 76 to 77 and 77 to 78, at which time he revitalized that organization. He was co-organizer of the Bicentennial Town Hall meeting in 1976 with Steve Rudd. He was organizer of the Park and Rec Department annual Bunny Run in 1976, where he served as a bunny. He organized the annual Underprivileged Children's Christmas Party in 1978 and 79, and also organized the Neighborhood Crime Prevention System in 1975. Dennis joined the Cupertino Optimist Club in 1978 and served on the board of directors, then secretary-treasurer, vice president, and president in 1980 and 81. They got him for everything. He's sponsored 7 AYSO soccer teams since 1981. I don't have any about winning records, should I?
I don't know.
Oh.
I never got the pizza parties.
He joined the Cupertino Chamber of Commerce and has been a member since 1974. He has served as a director. He has been chair of the annual Deanza Days Pancake Breakfast from 1981, 82, and 83. He has served as a committee member for the Art and Wine Festival and the Dickens Fair. He was a board member of the Deanza College Recycling Center from 1976 to present. He has served the YMCA in the following capacities: Public Relations Committee member, fundraising volunteer 83, 84, and 85, organizer of the Indian Princess Group for 84 and 85, and also the Indian Princess Tribe from 81 to present. He is a volunteer lecturer for Junior Achievements Project Business at High Junior High. He is a board member of the Cupertino Community Services for 1984 and 85, serving as the fundraising chairman. We are all aware at how well he has done at that. He chaired and co-organized the first annual barbecue, which raised over $7,000 for the Cupertino Community Services. Dennis was one of 4 other recipients to read the City of Cupertino Outstanding Citizen of the Year Award in 1984.
With Sally.
With Sally, yes. I did forget that. Dennis has been successful in business also. He received the Outstanding Agent Award from State Farm Insurance in 1984. Dennis is also a co-organizer and director of our very own Cupertino National Bank. Don, you now owe me $5. I have some quotes I would like to read from the nomination letters in which received by Dennis. From Elizabeth Mulford. The remarkable thing to me about Dennis is his ability to dream dreams, formulate them, deliver what he promises, and always with unfailing energy, good humor, and kindness to those with whom he deals. There could be no finer person to receive your award this year. Steve Rudd. Dennis's strong points are his willingness to devote considerable time and effort to worthwhile projects, and his ability to recruit others to get involved. Dennis is a prime case of community leadership by personal example. Jim Jackson. I also particularly would like to see Dennis receive this award because of his unique ability to be so helpful in the community while never seeking the prestige that goes with being the president or chairman. Dennis is one of the few people who are willing to do a job because it needs to be done, not because of what he can get out of it. Bob Rocket. I know of no one in Cupertino more deserving of the honor of Distinguished Citizen of the Year. Ron Becker. Needless to say, Dennis has given unselfishly for the betterment of the Cupertino area. And if you doubt for a minute Dennis does not live up to his words, check and see who is behind the wheel of the car that bears a personalized license plate which reads, "Chin Up." Jim Jackson. And as might be expected, his greatest efforts and devotion go to his family. Notwithstanding anything else, I know of Dennis's constant attention to time and spent with his family. He has truly been able to spend quality of time with his family, with quality of time with his business and his community. Thank you, Dennis, for sharing your life with Cupertino.
Dennis, friend, what a privilege. You and Sally, through your efforts and the quality of all the things you've done through the years, without asking for much in return, have made Cupertino a better place to live. Without you, it would not be the same. And we thank you. Whereas, this is the proclamation from the city, Dennis S. Whittaker has served the Cupertino community in endless endeavors undertaken as a leader, as well as in many more unheralded ways. And whereas he encourages others' community service by his example and through the multitude of professional relationships he has established as a director of Cupertino National Bank and as a State Farm Insurance Company broker, and whereas Dennis' extraordinary professional achievement is directly related to his civic contributions and has earned him the State Farm Outstanding Agent Award, and whereas his leadership roles have included Board of Director of the Cupertino Chamber of Commerce, Advisor for Junior Achievement, President of Optimists, and President of the JCs, and whereas the City of Cupertino is blessed by the humble generosity of Dennis' perpetual outreach on behalf of his community, now therefore I, Mayor Barbara A. Rogers, and the Cupertino City Council join with the Cupertino Chamber of Commerce in honoring Dennis S. Whittaker as 1985 Distinguished Citizen of the Year. It's truly a personal privilege as well as pride on behalf of the city to honor friends in this way. It's one of the nicest things I'm able to do all year, and we thank you again from the bottom of our hearts, you and Sally. Thank you.
Penny, would you please come forward? Oh my God, that's got 2 pins.
I know there's a doctor in the house, so be ready, Dr. Becker. Be right back. Don't go away. I came prepared for a speech, and I've worked on this for about 3 weeks, and I've got it down to 17 and a half hours, so don't go anywhere. I will try not to take too long. I wanted to thank the nominating selection committee. I wanted to thank the community that we're in. Sorry for the voice. I have a miserable voice anyway, but with the sinus problem, bear with me. We have a fantastic community. It's a place where you can actually sit down and talk to City Hall people, Bob Quinlan, Steve Dowling, and all our past mayors like Bob Myers, Jim Jackson, and all our current city council people. It's just a great place to live in when you can deal with the education community like Dr. Del Prado, the business people here, the people with the Chamber of Commerce, all the service clubs like the Optimist Club, the JCs, the Rotary Club, we've heard them all night, the Kiwanis Club. They're a fantastic group of people. Lions Club, I didn't want to miss them. I want to go after you all for the next barbecue, so I got to keep you all happy. Remember, September, barbecue time. I wanted to thank the people who've nominated me. I don't know exactly who, so out of fear of leaving somebody out, I won't mention everybody's names. I wanted to thank all my friends for coming, as well as Sally's friends. I want to thank all of you for coming tonight, but we've got lots of people who've given up special events. The Ebgens have given up their anniversary for tonight. We have some people that have come from Manteca, and the Dipples came all the way from the mountains to be here tonight with us, plus lots of family and friends from San Mateo. You know, when it all comes down to it, whenever Sally and I and other people are doing things for the community, that means that we have to let up on things that we're supposed to do. And my top priorities have always been family, business, and then everything else. It sort of hurts when you come home after serving beer and getting criticized for the way you serve beer by Mr. Koppel and Mr. Frost. And then you come in and your children, like Shelley and Kimberly, were saying, Daddy, when are you going to stay home? So if you two would come up for a second, I have something for you. And then the most understanding of all, Terry and Penny. You know, again, somebody's got to back us up. I have my fantastic office staff and management with State Farm to support me, but I also have the most fantastic wife anyone could ever have. Three last things. I know you're all anxious to get going. Number one, we have a fantastic ardent chamber supporter, board of director, who came directly from Valley Medical Hospital, and I think we owe Glenn Nelson one round of applause. For those that don't know it, Glenn had major surgery about a month ago, and he didn't even get a chance to get home. He came right from the hospital here. Thank you, Glenn. The other two wishes are have a fantastic evening tonight and then drive home safely. Thank you very much.
I got a few more things. Sally, could you please come forward again? Several letters I'd like to read. First one comes, it's a telegram from the Optimist Club. Congratulations, Sally and Dennis, on receiving the Cupertino Citizen of the Year Award. Press on for greater achievements in the future. Your friends, the Cupertino Optimist Club. We have a postcard from the Cupertino Community Services. Congratulations to the Cupertino Chamber of Commerce on your excellent Citizen of the Year choices, Sally Brennan and Dennis Whittaker. It is my heartening to know you agree with us about their invaluable contributions to the community. Signed, the board and staff and clients of the Cupertino Community Services. We also have a letter from Senator Alan Cranston. Dear friends, Warm greetings to all those attending the Cupertino Citizen of the Year Awards, and special congratulations to Sally Brennan and Dennis Whittaker, the Distinguished Citizen of 1985. I'm delighted to join with the families and friends of Sally and Dennis in honoring them tonight for their many achievements. Sally and Dennis have been singled out for this honor from a large and distinguished field of contenders. They have added much to the city of Cupertino through their dedication to and involvement in community and civic affairs. I applaud this Cupertino Chamber of Commerce for honoring Sally and Dennis. They deserve it. Best wishes for a joyous evening. Sincerely, Alan Cranston. I also have several letters from Pete Wilson. Sent one for each, several's two.
I have a split personality.
Dear Miss Brennan, it is my great honor and privilege to join with your many friends who are gathered this evening to pay tribute to you as you are honored for your many community contributions. It is fitting that your friends have chosen to recognize the talents and contributions of a woman who has devoted herself to exemplary community service, outstanding professional achievements, and whose civic and charitable works have touched so many in Cupertino. Your civic volunteer work and your position now as Executive Director of Cupertino Community Services have set high standards for us all to live by. With your enthusiasm and concern for the community's well-being, you have succeeded in enhancing the quality of life for all those blessed to live in a city touched by your interest. You should be proud of this distinction, and I extend my warmest best wishes and congratulations to you as you receive this deserved honor from your many friends and admirers. Sincerely, Pete Wilson, U.S. Senator. Dear Mr. Whittaker, it is great honor and privilege to join with your many friends who are gathered this evening to pay tribute to you as you honored for your many community contributions. That's the only paragraph that's the same. It is fitting that your friends have chosen to recognize the talents and contributions of a man who has devoted himself to exemplary community service, outstanding business achievements, and whose civic and charitable works have touched so many in Cupertino. Your efforts on behalf of so many volunteer civic groups, in addition to your professional responsibilities, have set high standards for us all to live by. With your enthusiasm and concern for your community's well-being, you have succeeded in enhancing the quality of life for all those blessed to live in a city touched by your interest. You should be very proud of this distinction, and I extend my warmest best wishes and congratulations to you as you receive this deserved honor from your many friends and admirers. Sincerely, Pete Wilson. We also received a telephone call. Congratulations. Wish we could be with you on this special occasion. Bernice and Don Schwabacher, Dennis's uncles. We also have two letters from Ed Zhao, Congressman, one for Sally and one for Dennis. They're personal letters.
The Velvet Turtle.
At this time, we'd like to have Diana McKenna come forward, who is our supervisor from the 5th District. Diana?
Sally and Dick, I just bring greetings from the people of the county and from the Board of Supervisors. Greetings and congratulations on both of you achieving Distinguished Citizen of the Year Award for in Cupertino for 1985. I'd just like to say that democracy is not measured by elected officials doing extraordinary things, but by ordinary citizens doing extraordinary things well. And you two exemplify doing extraordinary things well. And our whereases are much the same as the city of Cupertino, so rather than read through them, I'd just like to extend congratulations from the full Board of Supervisors for this wonderful night for the two of you. Sally?
Could we please have Becky Morgan, State Senator from District 11, please?
Well, it's a real pleasure for me to be here with you tonight. Sorry I have not been able to be here the last couple nights, and it's always such a fun event. But this year, when I got my invitation and saw the list of nominees and realized that in my 5 years of representing Cupertino, first on the Board of Supervisors and then as your senator, that I had worked with the majority of your nominees and worked with them very well and admired their work. And so I immediately put it on my calendar, and I'm so pleased to be here tonight to commend each of you and to bring you a proclamation, a resolution, which I will not read, but it is, as a member of the Senate, honoring you, Dennis, and you, Sally. Sally, I remember 5 years ago when I first met you when I was supervisor. I admired your enthusiasm and the good work that you were doing for the community then, and it's so nice to have maintained the acquaintance and be here to congratulate you tonight. Let me get the one out for you through all its wrappings. And Dennis, while we have not worked as closely together, I have heard of all the good things you have done, and I know you've been a friend for 30 years, and I come out to see you after 30 years, you're special. Congratulations.
From Assemblyman Ernie Conyu's office, we have Fred Logan from the 22nd District.
Sally and Dennis, on behalf of Assemblyman Conyu, it's indeed my pleasure to be here with you this evening. Having been here a number of times, I can only tell you you're joining a very, very select group of public-spirited citizens. Cupertino has long been known and long been recognized for the quality of their public participation, and you certainly do nothing to lessen that. And I want to tell you that, as I like to say, that what you do in Cupertino is, of course, important to the community, but in a larger degree, it's important to your county and your state as well. So the State Assembly has prepared for both of you resolutions similar to what you have, commending you for your good work, and telling you, of course, that just because you won the award, you have to work twice as hard for the next 5 years. So Dennis, this is yours, and Sally, this is for you.
Thank you, Fred.
Let's have a big hand for Dennis and Sally.